Okay, today I'm here because I know a lot of you are an entrepreneurs, right? Who is an entrepreneur? So I'm gonna share a really vulnerable story on my journey when I became, at this point where I'm sharing it. And who remembers 2008, 2009, one of the biggest economical crises in the world? Please raise your hand. Okay, so that was exactly the time when me and my husband, we came back to Latvia from living in Egypt. And, I was without experience, a girl coming from the village, and we decided to open a restaurant during the 2008-2009. And I remember myself walking down the street, and the shops were closed, people were packing, emigrating, and here we were with no experience for me in the business, with 17,000 euros in our pockets. We decided to open a restaurant in Old Town, 2 floors, the fast food restaurant. People were coming to us and telling, you guys are crazy. You're gonna bankrupt the same as everybody. Who has this experience? When you decide something brave and big and there are suddenly people who know better than you do, right? So this was exactly about us. And my desire to stay in my hometown, it was bigger than my fear of failure. So we opened the restaurant. Within a few years, we grew one of the fastest fast food chains in Europe. There were 8 restaurants, production, we were selling franchises, and everything that I was dreaming as this simple village girl suddenly became reality. I got so much acknowledgement. I was in all newspapers, in the televisions, because you see, at that time, the reason why I was doing this, because I wanted to be loved. What I was thinking, if I'm gonna be famous, well known, people will love me. And the reason actually was, I wanted this significance and acknowledgement. But in reality, I was really feeling empty. I knew that I'm not doing the right thing, but how you say, there are people who are living in remorse. There was a day when I woke up, I looked out the window, and I simply didn't want to go and do anything. And Latvia is one of previous Soviet Union countries, and we have been raised, you go and do the thing. You can't, you must make it as a can. I put my nice clothes, put the lipstick on, and I just did it. There is a saying, the God is whispering in the first thing. Then God is knocking. And if you are not hearing, God starts screaming. My scream was 2012, when we were already very well known. We participated in the biggest festival of Baltics and Europe. 30,000 people were coming. We were with the 5 catering places, we were selling a kebab. And the line that was waiting for our food was 40 minutes. When I was walking there, everywhere was our paper. So proud of myself. And when I was watching that line, I remember how I was standing, what I was wearing, black dress and the pure jacket. And I was thinking, look what I have achieved. The same day, I was listening Ellie Goulding, in the VIP section because it was super important, right? So I'm sitting there and watching, and I feel like at the top of the game. And then a partner of mine, he comes and whispers me in the ear, Liene, people who have been eating turkebab have been hospitalized with a food poisoning. In that moment, my whole world disappeared. It stopped. I fell on my knees to my husband. I was crying. I said, it's over, it's over. Because it was my baby. I was identifying myself with this business. In one moment, I was nothing. I called my mother. I said, Mom, please don't turn on television. Don't watch anything. Because we were everybody. Everybody was speaking about us. From one moment when I was the top girl, I became nothing. Simply nothing. The next day, I was super stressed and I see blood. Suddenly, what I was feeling inside, I saw outside. They took me to the hospital. and they took all the blood tests and analysis, and I was waiting. I was waiting for the doctors to say what's happening, because I didn't know what was happening. While I was sitting, I looked in my phone, 38 unanswered calls from India. They just wanted to know what was happening, and I didn't. And I was there scared, I didn't know, I was confused, plus my team was scared. And then I see the doctor walking by, and he said, Liene, did you know that you were pregnant? I said, what? Pregnant? In one moment, in one day, I lost my business as a baby, and my real baby. I asked my husband, please take me to church. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. But you know, when you are in the deepest moments, you just seek for something that can help you. And I prayed. I just said, please God, show me the way. What am I doing wrong? And my journey started, my growth journey started. I was actually doing everything wrong. I was doing everything wrong for the wrong reasons. I wanted to feed my ego. I wanted to show how important I am. And I didn't want it to be that way. And I really wanted to become not only beautiful from the outside, I wanted to be beautiful from the inside. I know there was bigger purpose for me to be in this world. Now I'm saying, thanks God for this painful experience, because that moment I made the decision, I'm gonna find all the answers. And I went all through all these seminars, programs, and I became, when one day I was a Tony Robbins coach, Tony Robbins seminar, who knows, right? So that was the moment when for the first time I felt alive, like this is my place. I made the decision that I want to be one of this environment. So I became Tony Robbins coach, one of 100 Tony Robbins coaches, one of 30 business results trainers. And I'm not saying this to show how cool I am, but just like my desire to help people was so big and do something more in this world that everything started to come together. I became hypnotherapist and then the COVID kid. And so I'm there helping really successful entrepreneurs all over the world. And I was thinking, you know, my country is not getting, you know, I see how people were. Here are some ladies from my country, from Latvia, and I saw that people are so scared. And I was thinking, why I'm out there if firstly I need to help my people? What I did, I took the camera and I was simply started to share my story. I was simply started to share what I know, and it became crazy. People really wanted more. And I had a mission to change 100,000 Latvian women's lives. During that process, I built the company with 14 amazing programs working on health, on wealth, on money, on mindset, on business. In my programs, there have been more than 10,000 people changing their lives in all areas of life. I have written the bestseller book, sold already within a year, I think 10,000 copies. And you know, everything was possible because I shifted this woman inside. I changed my values. I started to help people. And when I helped the people, when I just cleared all my ego, the reward started to come. Actually, I built in my small country 7-figure business. It's impossible. I don't know how I did it. Don't ask me now. But actually, that's where I'm at. And right now, I'm on a mission to change 1 million people's lives all over the world. And just one thing I'm gonna tell you: when you are in the deepest pit, in your worst moment, be grateful for that. Today, a friend of mine, I asked her, how are you doing? She said, Liene, shitty. She said, really shitty. I said, good. I said, great. It means you are not satisfied with what you have right now, and something's got to change. And I don't want to feel sorry for her. I'm there for her, but I just know that sometimes we stay stuck because we don't believe in ourselves. Because we think it's not that bad, but actually it is bad because you are wasting your life. And if you don't do what you're supposed to do, God will test you. God will give you these problems so that you wake up. You better do it without these problems. Trust me, it's so painful. And those ladies, actually I have a gift for you. I have a gift for you, for those who came. I have a masterclass that I have created, how I built my 7-figure business by working 20 hours per week. So we are selling it for $497. Who would want to have that one as a gift from me? Because I wanted to serve your community. And Mirella, thank you so much. Mirella is really so powerful and amazing woman on a mission. So if you want, you just come to me or follow me on Instagram, Liene Uresin Coaching, and my team is gonna send it to you. Thank you so much for being here.